Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 records video. And today I'm going to be talking about the 5 best albums from 1973. Difficult list, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm going to start off with the number 5 spot. On number 5, Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. Now, I love this record. And it has an interesting story behind it. But first of all, don't you love this Mick Rock photo? I mean, Iggy Pop looks across his microphone as if he's gonna eat the world. This album is very interesting because it was produced by David Bowie, and David Bowie was a fan of Iggy and the Stooges, but Iggy and the Stooges were not, I don't know if they were even playing together at that time, but they were, I believe they already quit, ended, and somehow they were revived, or they were at a low point. They were bad. They were doing bad. And they were, you would not listen to Iggy and the Stooges as a normal person. I mean, Iggy Pop himself said in a documentary about this album that if you listen to Iggy and the Stooges, you either were a junkie, a homosexual, a transvestite, a homeless, or all 4 of them. And it was very punky, punk before punk was punk. And this album contains a lot of that energy. David Bowie was a fan and he wanted to capture that energy, the garage rock sound. Now, of course, this album is raw and strong and it kicks ass. But I'd like to point out that it contains melody. Melody and simple but strong lyrics. Start off with Search and Destroy. I mean, the guitar crunches, but the way Iggy Pop sings the first lines and he just grabs your attention. This is not just a mindless animal. This man understands music. And a song like Gimme Danger has melody all over it. I mean, it's such an awesome song. The song Raw Power. This is the blueprint for punk. One of the best punk albums ever. On a number 5 spot. On number 4, where was hard rock going? Well, if you asked the South, they would answer Lynyrd Skynyrd. Pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. This album is amazing. I mean, they were to the south of America what Led Zeppelin was to the north of America. And I believe they might even have the same kind of influence in the north. They were such a good southern band. I mean, but the identity of being southern, it comes back into their lyrics. When Neil Young wrote songs, I believe he wrote Alabama, You've Got the Weight on Your Shoulders, he wrote another song with regard to the South. And Lynyrd Skynyrd, they were Neil Young fans, but they thought, hey, wait a second, Mr. Skynyrd, or Mr. Young, we're going to write a song about it. I mean, they answered with Sweet Home Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama is not on this record, but what is on this record is, besides loads of other songs like Tuesday's Gone is very, very good. Besides all the great songs produced by Al Cooper, there's Freebird on here. And Freebird is, I mean, one of the best rock songs ever. The guitars, where they're going, blows your fucking mind. Really, really an awesome rocker. And ending that album off with Freebird. Number 4 spot. Difficult choosing, but another album from the south of America. Waylon Jennings, Honky Tonk Heroes. Now, Waylon Jennings was already a big name in the world of country before this album came out. And there was this country artist and singer-songwriter, Billy Joe Shaver, who performed, I believe, somewhere in Texas. And Waylon Jennings saw him, spoke to him afterwards and said, yeah, you should come over to Nashville and we'd do some recordings. Now, that was just a way of saying or friendly greeting, not to be taken seriously. But Billy Joe Shaver got on the train, the fast train, honey, And he went to Nashville, and he went to the studio, and he said, I want to talk to Waylon Jennings. This is a Dutch guy trying to do a Southern American accent, so I'm sorry, but I'm just enjoying doing it too much. I want to talk to Waylon Jennings. And the people at the record studio were like, hey, you're not going to talk to Waylon Jennings. Everybody wants to talk to Waylon Jennings. Why should you talk to Waylon Jennings? And he just, no, then I'm going to hang around until I've spoken to Waylon Jennings, because he promised he'd be listening to some of my songs. And after a while, Waylon Jennings, accompanied by, I believe it were Hell's Angels, came into the hallway. And Billy Joe Shaver walked up to him. Now, you promised you'd be listening to my songs. And Waylon Jennings goes, whoa, wait a second. And these Hell's Angels were like, oh, we're guarding you. We're going to grab this motherfucker. So they grabbed him. And Billy Joe Shaver, he stood his ground. He said, no, you promised you'd be listening to my songs. And Waylon Jennings says, just don't bother me. No, I'm not leaving until you have listened to my songs. So Waylon Jennings says, all right, I'm giving you one chance. Play me one good song. But I have to like it that much that I want to record it. And if I don't like it that much, you'll be thrown out. So Billy Joe Shaver sat down with his guitar and started playing. Waylon Jennings liked the song, so he could play another song. And Waylon Jennings liked the other song. And by the end of the day, he gave an entire album of songs to Waylon Jennings. Only one song, We Had It All, is not a Billy Joe Shaver song. This entire album is written by Billy Joe Shaver. And if you listen to the lyrics, this man understands where he's coming from, and he's proud, and he can write a song, he can tell a story with a guitar, he can tell a story with his voice. The solo album Billy Joe Shaver did afterwards, produced by Chris Christopherson, is a country masterpiece. This one is a country masterpiece as well. And that's also why Waylon Jennings and Billy Joe Shaver are on front of the cover. I mean, they sit at the front of it because it is their album. His name, Billy Joe Shaver, might not be on top of it, but he is the brain behind it. And Waylon Jennings makes it sound brilliantly. This is by far one of the best country albums I have ever heard, and I love country music. It's full, it's warm sounding, it has intimacy, it's so convinced. I mean, he sounds so convincing, Waylon Jennings, on this. Beautiful album. Really a rare gem. If you find it, buy it. On number three. So we're gonna get to the number 2, which is also one of my early loves of music. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. When Elton John played this song, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, as his final song on his farewell tour in Amsterdam, I cried. I went in, I was skeptical. I thought, I've seen Elton John on videos the last 10, 20 years, and it was terrible. I didn't enjoy it. But, you know, I'm going here just for form, and he played his heart out. And when he played this song and he left the stage, oh man, I was crying. I was sitting in the audience crying, because this album, it means so much. It is such an intimate collection of songs. A double album has the chances of getting dull or boring, but Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, I mean, I'll talk you through the first side of this. It starts off with Funeral for a Friend and Love Lies Bleeding. Love Lies Bleeding is the answer to Funeral of a Friend for a Friend, which is a beautiful combination of songs. It's atmosphere, it's sound. And then he comes to Candle in the Wind, which is one of the most beautiful, intimate, fragile ballads. And he ends off the first side with Goodbye Norma Jean, Candle in the Wind, of Benny and the Jets. Side 2, he plays Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. This song has no title. Grey Seal. Grey Seal's also a very nice song. Don't know what the lyrics are about, but it's a good song. So many good songs. Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting. Roy Rogers. Oh, I love Roy Rogers. That is one of the most misunderstood ballads. Social Disease, later covered by the Sisters. Sisters, great harmony. Oh, this is the best thing Elton John has ever done, and it's an awesome, amazing album. If you find it, buy it and love it, and I'm sure you'll love it. And what's the best album of 1973? Dark Side of the Moon. Need I say more? I mean, Dark Side of the Moon. When I was 15 years old, a teacher of mine said, you should try and listen to Pink Floyd. Why don't you start off with Dark Side of the Moon? But I was 15 years old, I wouldn't listen to a full album. I'd done that once, listening to a full album, Night at the Opera. But that was Queen. Queen was my favorite band. Why? As an invitation to a new band, should I listen to a full album? But I had downloaded the full album. It's one file, so I could not select any songs. And I went running. I went running in the woods and I put this album on. And running in the woods with this album on, it's like tripping. It's like tripping. From that moment on, I just listened to the album on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. There is so much information in there. There is such a beautiful vision in the lyrics. Sound-wise, it's one of the most impressive things that has ever been recorded. And not only is it the best album of 1973, it is one of the best albums of the 70s. It's one of the best albums ever. If you have not heard it, just stop this video, run into the stores, buy it, listen to the album, and then continue watching my video. Nevertheless, I can't add anything else to that, so I'm going to end up the video as well. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. The best album from 1973. Well, please leave a comment below and tell me, do you agree, do you disagree? Let's start a discussion and see you in the next video. Bye.